Hi coaches, this is a video about our hurling session for the 2016s for term 2. So there's only 2 stations and there's no setup involved, so the video is really just about the technicalities of how to coach it. So in station 1 we'll be doing blocking and lifting and the different types of lift. You'll have about 10 minutes for that, and station 2 is about striking on the ground and from the air, and again the technicalities of coaching that. The striking will be done behind the goal, into the net. First of all, striking on the ground against the curb, and then against the net out of their hands.
So, it's quite simple really, right? But it takes a bit of getting used to and a bit of bravery, I suppose, or just doing it once or twice to realise you're not going to get your head taken off, and then hopefully you'll start doing it more and more. So the actual skill itself, best thing, start in a ready position, flip your hurl like that, right? And then slide your left hand down, and you've got your thumbs facing forward onto the boss like that, and then you're lunging in like that to block down on the ball, right? So you're putting your foot forward, a bit of a lunge, kind of like a genuflecting or whatever you want to call it, head down on top of the hurl, and on top, wherever the person is striking the ball, that's where you want to be coming down. On top of the ball and on top of the boss of the hurl with force. So when we're practicing it, I'd literally get them to stand in a circle like this, ready position, flip the hurl, hands down, thumbs like that, and just get them to practice, okay? And just do that 5 or 6 times. Okay? So first of all, I would say, I'll just hold the hurl out, coach just holds the hurl out, and you just go in and block down on top of it. Excellent. And just do that like 2 or 3 times, right? And then it'll be next time it's going to come out, right? So doing it with a bit of movement, same thing. Do 3. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I wouldn't even go in that close, so you couldn't be further away.
You're not going to break my hurling spot this Sinclair. Just how you do it without breaking. Christ. You can do full whack there, right? Going down.
All again, and I do think it is important that coaches have hurls with them when they're up hurling training, right? And being able to do it yourself, you spot what they're doing wrong, or how to improve something when you can do it yourself, right? So again, let's go ready position, flip the hurl, right? So you got your dominant hand up the top here, you got your non-dominant hand down near the black tape if you have it, right down near the boss, okay? You're going to put if you're right-handed, you're putting your left foot forward. Your left hand is down there. You're kind of into nearly a lunge position to get down low. You want the hurley to be almost parallel to the ground so that you can tell them to tickle the grass there. The common mistake is that they try and lift it like that and they flick it forward, right? For the roll lift, you just put a little bit of pressure on top and you pop it up there and catch, right? A bit of pressure, roll it back, pop it up and catch. Try and catch it down low, below the knee. You get some guys doing this and someone will come in and flick it away, okay? So you want it to be, that's why your hand is down here, it's as close to the ball as possible. Roll it up, lift it, and cup catch down there. So just, again, I just go to the guys, lads do 10 in a row, or give them 30 seconds. How many can you do in 30 seconds? No need for any setup like that. And just really, but you're running into it, right? The jab lift, so the roll lift is kind of for when you're stationary. You do your roll lift and you move on. If you're running on a ball, you'll be jab lifting all the time, so you don't have to stop. So it's the same thing, ready position, hands are like that, hands are the same. You go into the same position, but you're scooping down into it and you're picking it up. So get down nice and low and scoop it up and catch. And again, try and catch it down low rather than up here or anything like that. So same thing, down low, scoop, catch, and you're gone. If they can do it with 2 hands, let them try it with 1. It's a new skill, it's something interesting for them. It's the same thing, even with the roll lift, you can try one-handed. The only thing I change is grip down the hurl, so you got more control, so right down near the bottom of your grip. And otherwise, roll lift, catch, same thing, right? Again, same thing, I grip down a little bit. You probably don't need to do it as much, but if the guys aren't strong enough, you grip down, you got better control. But you're just running in one-handed, and you're gone that bit quicker, okay, by doing it that way. It's a bit harder, right, so you really want them to be able to master it with 2 hands when the ball comes back. And a ball in the middle. You don't need too much in between, too much space in between. Off you go.
So overall, the drill involves blocking unopposed, practicing the lunge, blocking a coach's stationary hurl, then blocking the hurl when the coach swings the hurl, and then picking up, doing the different pickups, roll lift, jab lift, and then one-handed jab lift unopposed, and then doing it in a 3-person drill over and back.
I can be a grounder air hurling, so just so we remember the ground striking, same thing, ready position, ready lock strike, the basics of the nursery that we did from year 1. Ready, lock, strike, and then hopefully it comes back to them a bit. I get them to do that for like a minute, 2 minutes, just to practice, because not everyone can strike it well, right? But a couple of things to remember are, yeah, ready lock strike is the big thing, but kind of get the elbow up and out, and you're trying to get them to do a big C around into it, okay? So lock the hands together is really important. Too many people strike it like this, which is a hockey swing. It means you don't get any distance or power in it. The real reason you lock the hands together is because you use your wrists then as well, okay? You generate most of the power from your wrists as much as you do from the swing like that. So it's ready, dominant hand on top, ready, lock, and then you're coming around like that. The wrists are flicking through, and you should get a decent bit of power on the top. Dominant hand down the bottom. If they need to, it can be a little bit easier if you put the hand up the small bit, right? Because the hurls are big and heavy, you can shorten the grip a little bit, makes it slightly easier. Dominant hand on top. If the other ball here, we did this one before where you throw it up, put the hand on the hurl and catch. Up, hand on the hurl and catch. The reason being that's the very start of your air striking thing to do, okay? So I get them to do that. Most of them can do that fairly easily now. When you're throwing it up to strike, I think you want it about like no higher than head height, kind of at your chin. Really is how high you want it to go. You don't want them doing this crack or this crack over there. Like the throw is really, really important. I'm doing it with a group of girls 2 years older now, and you can tell when they throw the ball up whether they're going to strike it well or not, because so often they throw it up and they throw it up in here, so they're hitting it like this, and you're hitting it with this part of the hurl. You've got to throw it out a little bit. Ideally you throw it slightly in front of you so you're stepping into it and striking it, but throwing it out far enough is really important, and not throwing it too high. So it's a gentle throw that way. Hands in the lock position again, and then you say pull across the tummy or pull across the belly. So you're not trying to hit the ball up here, you're not trying to hit the ball down here. It's nice and gentle, pull across the belly, just like that, right? Nice and easy. Go the elbow out again. Pull out, that's anything else.